Hey, it's Chrissy K. Rollins here, bringing you this week's energy update. And today is December 12th, 2019. And I'm also going to be bringing you some insights around why you may have missed some of your goals for 2019 so that you can ensure that you get more results in 2020. So definitely stick around for the full video today. If you haven't already felt it, the energy right now is pretty intense. There's been challenges happening within our society and most likely within your own life as we close out these final weeks of the year. And energetically speaking, there's a reason why, well, actually a few reasons why it is as intense as it is right now. And part of which is that today is the final full moon of 2019, which means the final full moon of the decade. And what do full moons have to do with us humans here on this planet? Well, full moons energetically are a time that invites us to reflect, to release, to cleanse, to detox, to let go, to release anything that is no longer serving you and that you don't need to carry forward for the future. So this full moon right now that's happening tonight, actually at 12 a.m. is when it was taking place. The full moon was at its fullest. 12/12 on 12/12, gotta love it for all you number lovers out there. You're not just doing that. You're not just cleansing and releasing for today. And you're not just cleansing and releasing for this past month. And hey, whoever just joined live, let me know that you're here. Go ahead and chat in. You're not just cleansing for today. You're not just cleansing for the month of December. You're not just cleansing for the year of 2019. This detox, this clearing out, this releasing that is going on right now energetically within our own lives and within society, it's releasing a decade of things that no longer serve you. And this can be extremely intense, as you may have already realized. So be sure to be gentle with yourself. Now is not the time for the pushing and the forcing and the shutting on. I mean, we have enough pressure going on with this time of year, with the holidays, with everything that's happening energetically. So now is not the time to be more hard on yourself. Now is the time to be gentle with yourself. Now is the time not for forcing and for pushing, but for relaxing and allowing. And all the forcing is part of the reason why you didn't hit the goals that you had set for 2019. And long gone are the times where forcing and making things happen, which is typically the way that we're used to doing things as humans. We're used to taking a set of actions, getting a set of results on the other side. And if you are used to making things happen in this way, through hard work, through sweat equity, through hustling and grinding and making it all happen, then not only are you kind of fooling yourself for thinking that you have some sort of control over your inevitable destiny, but you're also most likely and most definitely wearing yourself out physically, energetically, and you are definitely carrying far more responsibility on your shoulders than what's needed. So it's no wonder that you are so tired. So how do you begin to shift this so that you don't repeat these same non-serving cycles in this next decade? How do you move more into this relaxing and allowing space and out of the doing and getting kind of mentality? The first thing that I feel is really important that you need to know is what lies behind the scene aspects of creating the life that you desire. See, we observe everything on this lineal kind of unfolding procession of events. It looks like an ongoing timeline where there's a cause and an effect and actions that lead to result. But what we don't always take into consideration, and what I'm inviting you to reflect on as you're closing out this year and getting ready to start a new one, not only this year, but this decade and getting ready to start a new one, is to consider that there are three key aspects that are lying behind that scene space, those scene actions that are actually causing everything to happen. So when you can become aware of these three key aspects, then you can start to shift yourself to align with them better, and you can have more flow and have more of the experience that you're striving for, that you're working so diligently and so hard towards getting. In fact, these three areas, these three key aspects to creating life, like the life that you desire, when you shift your energy to be more balanced through using these three key aspects, then the time and the energy that you put into your day in, day out life, it's going to bring you more results. And when you take a look back at 2019, take a look for yourself and see if these three key aspects were present, if they were not, and consider how how this could be, how you could have missed some of your goals by not having this in place. And then join me over the next week or so, like up until Christmas. I'm going to be just taking one of these aspects at a time and unpacking them a little bit further, sharing more about them individually to help you to really close out 2019 with confidence and be able to set up 2020 and the next decade the way that you want to. So for now, you can just make a note of them, of these three aspects, and you can start to reflect just in your own life on how they show up in your life already and where you could really use the support of these key aspects in your life to allow more flow. So the first key aspect is to simplify. This is the top reason, or I'd say one of the top reasons, definitely one of the top reasons why plans don't go accordingly. Because either, well, let me say it this way, why goals don't get reached accordingly. Because either you fail to plan altogether, which always makes for travels to be more challenging, more lengthy than what they really need to be, or you actually had a plan, but it was too rigid. It was too rigid for you to live into. You didn't know quite how to build the habits that you needed in order to execute your plan effectively. Or maybe you just simply weren't aligned fully with your plan. You know, maybe you were logicking your way forward instead of really aligning your way forward. So knowing how to simplify the process from where you are to where it is that you want to be, that can make all the difference in your life experience. And in my experience, if it's not simple, I'll either put it off and like end up procrastinating, or I will just totally psych myself out before I even get started. And either way, no bueno. So moving forward in 2020, consider if it's not simple, will you do it? And ask yourself, is there an easier way? Systems in themselves simplify the process. So I personally am a huge fan of systems, and they have a way to truly, truly set me free, both in my personal and my professional life. I'm one that needs a lot of direction and a lot of focus. So systems help me to get back on track, and especially simple, streamlined systems. Huge fan of that. So think about it, simplify. A lot of times we think I need to make bigger goals or I need to do something big. Yes, think big, but simplify the process, okay? The second aspect, and again, behind all results, you're gonna find that there is a simple plan behind there. You're gonna find all three of these aspects behind there, okay? So the second aspect is balance. You know, that like all or nothing mentality, or that feast or famine cycle, or that go, 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 go until you get there and then you collapse and you take twice as long to recover than, you know, than it took you to get there. Yeah, that is imbalance. And this is that up and down cycle that is very, very common, and it is so easy to get stuck in. And balance is actually the number one thing that I hear people say that they want whenever I'm in conversation about what would make the biggest difference in your life. Number one, consistently, is balance. So this imbalance, it can also look like overgiving, overdoing, overcommitting, and under self-caring. So if you're overdoing it and under supporting yourself, you're going to find yourself completely out of balance. So finding a balanced footing, especially when I can keep it simple, like how we just discussed, to be able to follow a system for regaining and maintaining my balance. This, to me, it's crucial. It's crucial in tipping the scales whenever it comes to results. And as you go into 2020, just consider, where could you use more balance? What is it that's throwing you off balance? And what simple systems for balance can you commit to? And again, I'm going to go into each of these aspects over the next week or so. So if this topic of balance is something of interest to you, then definitely plug back into that one, because I'm going to unpack it just a little bit more. Okay, and then the third aspect, the final key to relaxing into creating your life is receiving. And now this one may seem like a no-brainer, and it is, because you have to be able to receive, but don't be so quick to fluff it off as something that you don't need to work on, because most likely it is something that you need to work on. In fact, I find that the majority of clients that I work with and individuals that I work with, we don't really run into a creation problem. We don't really run into a resource problem. We don't really run into an attraction problem. What we run into is a receiving problem. Hey, Heather. So great to see you on here, Shug. Let me know if you can relate to any of this and how you are feeling that full moon energy today and yesterday and tomorrow. So yes, having that balance, or excuse me, not the balance, the receiving, being able to allow yourself to receive, again, it seems like a no-brainer. We do all these efforts out into our life, you know, be them household responsibilities, family commitments, or business responsibilities, and we are doing them because we want to receive what's on the other side. But a lot of us get stuck in those imbalanced cycles where we are over giving and we are under receiving. And this can show up in such a multitude of ways. I'm really looking forward to talking about this topic just a little bit further. So definitely tune back into that. But when you're going into 2020, just ask yourself, where am I allowing myself to receive? You might want to ask yourself, where am I stopping myself from receiving? I know one of the top things that I see that people do to stop themselves from receiving is just simply not showing up, making plans based on how they feel in the moment. Excuse me. Instead of what it is that you're ultimately committed to. And a lot of that can come down to your ability to allow yourself to receive. Okay, so I know I just really scratched the surface when it comes to these 3 key aspects. Oh, Heather's saying here, she's my moon friend, so I know she's feeling this full moon. Hi, friend, of course, Kimberly, and definitely feeling that moon. It's a beautiful, bright, intense one as we are inching towards the summer or the winter solstice. I'll talk about that next week. The solstice will be happening on the 21st. So next week's energy update, I'll talk more about that. I thought about it today, but I was like, no, we'll just talk full moon today because it's a really intense one, and start dropping these 3 key aspects for y'all. So anyway, excuse me. Thank you, Heather, for chiming in. I just scratched the surface on these 3 key aspects, but I wanted to get the conversation started, and I'm going to dive into each of these aspects separately in different little video drops between now and Christmas, so stay tuned for that, and I'll unpack each of these concepts a little bit further, share more tips on getting more results in the new year and beyond. And in the meantime, you can join me over in the Conscious Success community here on Facebook, and I'll drop a link in the comments below so that you can find it super easy, or wherever you're rewatching this at. And if you, and before I go, I'm going to draw an oracle card, but if you already know that you want to master these 3 key aspects, if you're like simplifying, balance, and receiving are 3 things that I could use more of in my life in this next decade and beyond, then I invite you to hop over to holisticrestoration.com, where you can check out details on the 2020 Holistic Healing Circle, where you will be guided and supported in exactly that, learning simple systems to be able to simplify, balance, and receive more of what you want, so that you can trade in that doing in order to get mentality for a relaxing and allowing one. So I'll see you back here soon for the rest of that, and thanks for watching all of this. Before you go, I'm going to draw a card that just represents what's going on today. Let's see what the mermaids have to say about this conversation. Well, they were pretty decisive, and I am very excited to see the one that came forward. It is card number 21, and it's a gorgeous one. It is the Mirror card. The Mirror card. And the message on here is know thyself. Self-examination, seeing who you really are. This is such a great reflective point when we're taking in consideration of this full moon energy. When you know who you are, it becomes really clear what you're ready to let go of, what no longer serves you, and what is okay for you to release. A lot of times we get scared to let things go, to speak up for ourselves, to start a new cycle in our life, to go in a different direction, simply because we are worried about what that will mean about ourselves. How will that disrupt our relationships? How will that affect my life and what that means about me? But when you take time to truly reflect and know who you are, it becomes very clear what is for you and what is not for you, and the way starts to show itself. So know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Perfect time with this full moon energy to do just that. And again, I invite you over to the Conscious Success community, where I'll drop a 3-card spread over there. And I tell you, I already know what the cards are, because you know, I pull them every day for y'all, and I'm very excited for them today. So If you have not, then definitely hop over there and participate in that 3-card spread. Yay, a card, Heather says. Yes, they're a lot of fun. And I'm actually breaking up some of my videos and posting some card reveal videos on my YouTube channel. I have a couple posted right now, but if you're at all interested in this mermaid, Oracle of the Mermaid deck, or have it, use it, or you just want to play around with what the different messages are, check out my YouTube channel and you can catch them there. And I'll be posting more over time. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the videos coming the rest of this week. And I'll see you over in the Conscious Success community in the meantime. Bye. Thanks for watching. Great to have you here, Heather. Hey, Jean. So glad you're here too.